I believe this is a life-changing opportunity for me right now with Kaspa. Kaspa all the way down to 11 cents after hitting a high of over 20 cents before the KRC20 launch. What is causing this big price drop? Who is selling? Something is causing it. But more important than what is causing it that we are going to look into is the community sentiment still there? Do people still care about Kaspa, guys? We're going to dig into on-chain data on Kaspa and also Web2 data that shows really where the interest is lying. And at the end of the day, what is causing what I believe is a life-changing opportunity for Kaspa, guys? We're going to get into everything, the best layer one blockchain and more. But first, I want to welcome you back to Freeman Finance and Crypto, where if it makes money, it makes sense, guys. From the bottom of my heart, I'm truly grateful for every single one of you. But if you're not subscribed, please pause the video, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification. Now let's get into the video. This looks bad. An 11-cent Kaspa right here, all the way down to 37th in the overall cryptocurrency ranking at 2.8 billion in market cap, with less than 100 million in total of volume, guys. That is low, but what is going on with all this? When we look at Kaspa, the fastest open source, decentralized, fully scalable layer one in the world, the first blockDAG. And I do think one issue that I want to get into is the lack of exchanges. When you look at these exchanges, it's essentially blocked out for the most of North America, but it's not blocked out at the long-term channel sponsor Caleb and Brown, guys. This is a brokerage service where you pick up the phone, call your broker directly 24/7, set limit orders, market orders, and get guidance along your journey, guys. It's completely free to sign up. There's a promo link down below. They are available in the United States. But when we look at this chart long-term on Kaspa, it doesn't look so bad. But why? Why do I think this is a life-changing opportunity? When I look at this chart, it looks like an absolutely dying crypto, especially when we take a look at BTC and we see BTC is on the brink of a new all-time high. Well, let's look at some data. Let's do some slight technical analysis. So we basically have had three pumps right here. We had a pump here, we had a pump right here, and we had a pump right here. Well, if we take a look at this, let's not take the lowest wick, but let's just take these right here. We're not going to count this. Kaspa went down 60% from this high right here of 20 cents down to around the 8-cent range. Well, if we look over here and we go from this high that happened back in February, it proceeded to drop 52%. So where are we now? How much have we dropped now? And I'm not going to count the big wick. I want to count the bodies of these candles like I've done with all the other measurements. But we are currently at 48% drop. And that is why I was so in a rush to get this video out whenever I seen this data. I really do believe this is a life-changing opportunity for me to load up on a lot of Kaspa at what I think is a price that we will not see for very much longer. But as always, guys, none of this is ever financial advice. I'm Scott, slightly a degen, and loves finance, so I could be completely wrong. But when we look at the data behind Kaspa being the fastest open source, decentralized, fully scalable layer one in the world, and when you take into consideration that it's not even available at all these top exchanges, this is just another step in the puzzle, another chapter of the story. Down 50%, down 50%, down 50%. So that's the chart right there. But what was causing the chart to go down? Who has been selling and who has been cheating? Let's look into it, guys. When we take a look at it, the normal retail investors have been doing exactly what they were supposed to do. If you look over the last 30 days, guys, a lot more crabs, a lot more octopus, a lot more fish, and a lot more dolphins. But the high token holders, the top 5%, the top 10%, they're the ones causing the prices to go down. If you see, a humpback was lost within the last month, and it gained it back within the last 7 days. It's 100 million Kaspa tokens to 1 billion Kaspa tokens. Something that's a little more achievable, but a lot more than I have, is 10 million to 100 million, which categorizes somebody as a whale, and they were lost within the last 7 days, but it has now came back within the last hour, actually. But the biggest one of all is this shark tier. 1 million Kaspa tokens to 10 million Kaspa tokens. And if you look at this, There's been 18 of them lost in the last 30 days, 9 in the last 7 days, and 2 in the last 24 hours. And if you take a look right here at the total balance, that is 770 million. And you can see right here that the sharks take up the majority of the supply at 27.51 cents. So what does that tell me? That tells me that the individuals that bought at some point back here, or even potentially back here have been selling for a profit. Now, you're also going to have people that also think the price is going down forever, and they sell at a loss. And that is so sad to see. But hey, someone else's trash is another man's treasure, right? We all know that saying. But so the people with a large quantity has been selling, but the retail investors look like they have been buying. So does the Web 2 and Web 3 data support that? This right here is Google Trends. Searching the word Kaspa. I really like to look at this with everything. I like to search Coinbase. I like to search Bitcoin, and you can really see the trends with that. You could see back here at the end of 2023, there was a real hype in Kaspa. But since then, it has been very steady. What I was afraid I was going to see was that this has fell off the cliff within the last couple of months, but it really hasn't. If you take a look, this has been very, very steady. So that's very good to see. And another thing that I like to look at is social medias. And if we go back to the beginning of August, we can see that Kaspa on Telegram has went from 39,500 approximately all the way up to 33,200 on Telegram. And if you look at their Discord, they're also up from almost 50,000 all the way up to 53,000. So this really explains the data that we just seen of these smaller wallet holdings of anywhere between crab and dolphin tier, not the whales, not the ones really pushing the price down, but that they have been still buying. And we can see that they are still continuing to join the Discord, and they are continuing to join the Telegram. When we look at X, it's constantly growing. I remember when Kaspa was under 100,000 followers right here, and it's all the way up to almost 230,000. So whenever I look at this and I see the price is down drastically, 50%, it's very important to take a step back and ask yourself, has anything changed about the project? What happened? Was there big fundamental changes? Did the team left? Did something happen that really caused this price to go down? And when we look at it, Kaspa is the same gem it was at 21 cents, at 22 cents. It is now just half the price, and history is repeating itself. When we look at this, we went over that it had a 60% drop after this first pump, a 51% drop after the second pump, and now we are currently at a 48% drop. So is Kaspa about to turn around? My personal opinion is it is going to. I really think it is, because the bull run is starting. Bitcoin is over 72,000, and people will remember, and people do know that Kaspa is the best layer 1 blockchain. They have solved the trilemma, guys. They did what Ethereum couldn't do. They did what Solana couldn't do. And they did what Bitcoin could not do. Right here is the perfect poster for everything. Fastest transactions, instant confirmation, scalable, efficient proof of work, security, and the world's first blockDAG. When we look at the total coin supply, we're now at over 25 billion CAS in circulation. And we all know that caps out at 28.7. That's over 87% of Kaspa ever to be awarded is already mine, guys. So my opinion is that I want to get in, and I want to get in now, because I do not think those prices will be here longer. I mean, ask yourself, do you really think Bitcoin's broke 72,000 and we're heading into a bull market, that Kaspa is just going to continue to go down throughout this same bull market? Let me know in the comments below. And where do you see the price getting for Kaspa this bull cycle? But watch this video up above. And if you're not a part of the Freeman and Finance family, what are we doing? Subscribe. I love you all.